Hello friends, in the previous video we have discussed the floral morphology, that is a study of the inflorescence we have conducted, that continue with the flower. So usually the long axis bears the flowers and the complete that bunch is known as the inflorescence. So but today's we are going to the individual oral of that is a flower. So usually look at the plant, so you can find commonly the flower is generally referred as a reproductive propagule of the plant. But for the development or the flower morphology, so there are various theory has been put forward. One interesting theory is that the attempt to interrupt the metamorphosis of the plant, that is usually that theory is called as foliar theory. From that theory is mentioned that the usually the in the plant the flowers is bear with the modified foliage part. So there are different types of the flowers will be there. That's a determinate flower, indeterminate flower. That indeterminate usually the racemose inflorescence, and determinate will be the cymose inflorescence will be occurs. So sometimes the flower is also considered as a modified stem, or sometimes it is a modified leaf, or even larger clusters of the inflorescence is referred as a flower. But if you look at this flower, so this is the generalized structure of the flower. So usually they consist of the first and foremost thing, the flower consists of mainly the four organs, that's a calyx, corolla, androecium, and the gynoecium. So usually the first part of the flower, that is outermost whorl, that consists of the stalk of the flower. So if the flowers has a stalk, then it is called pedicel. So if it is absent, then it is called sessile. If the flower has a stalk, then it is called pedicellate flower, and if it is absent, then it is called as a sessile flower. So with the stalk, so usually the outermost whorl that will be start, that's a calyx. The calyx is the outermost whorl. So usually calyx is generally green in appearance, that may be 1 2 6 or 8, so etc. There may be a varies in a number. So usually the next whorl is a corolla, that is called as a petals. The secondary whorl of the leaves, typically they have the bright colored one, so those are referred as a petals. That is a usually the flower whorls are divided into essential whorls and the non-essential whorls. The calyx and corolla is referred as a non-essential whorls. So usually sometime what happens, some of the flowers, the calyx corolla fuse to form a single layer, that is called as a perianth, and each whorl of the perianth is referred as a tepals. So usually the essential whorls, that is the androecium and the gynoecium, those are called as a generally referred as a essential whorls. The single whorl of the androecium, that is stamens, the male structure of the flower, that comprising of the filament and the anther. So usually the stamens consist of the connective structure, and usually the stamens or the androecium is referred as a male reproductive structure, and androecium consists of the filament, that's a long slender will be there, and this is the how the structure of the anther, and inside the anther walls, so you can find the single anthers, so that may be the haploid or maybe diploid anthers will be present. So usually next is a gynoecium. The single whorl is referred as a pistil. The gynoecium is a female reproductive structure where actually the fertilization will occurs, and the center portion of this gynoecium is referred as a ovary. So this ovary will help for the after the fertilization zygote will be formed, and that will help to when the maturity the fruits will be formed. So usually the in the fertilization the seeds will be forming. Okay, there are different types of style, that's a gynobasic style. Okay, so slender stalk like pistil above the ovary that possesses the pollen tube passes through it, that's a actually female reproductive structure is, so that's a egg will be formed. So this is how actually the germination tube will be occurs, and after the fertilization. There are different types of the carpels, that's a monocarpic, apocarpic and syncarpus, and even the flowers are also a, there are different types of the flowers will be there, based on that the fruits will be forming. So this is how the floral sacs with the 3 leaves will be formed, and usually styles, that's a pistil will be there. So this is syncarpus and the apocarpus. If it is free, carpels are free, then it is called apocarpus. If it is fused, then it is called syncarpus. Then the placentation, that's a very important thing, the arrangement of the ovules on the placenta, that is called as a placentation. There are different types of placentation: axial placentation, marginal placentation, so and the parietal placentation, free central placentation, and the basal placentation. So first one is a marginal placentation. Here the placenta will be in marginal condition, and in the axial placentation, the whatever the placenta will be formed, they will be in a axis, the center axis will be there. For that the ovules will be attaching. Parietal means it is a side of the ovary, ovules or the placenta, the each ovule will be attaching. Basal means it is a single ovary will be there, so that ovules is attached to the single unicarpellary ovary will be forming, that's a basal placentation. And the central one, that's a free central margination will be there. And the symmetry, that's actinomorphic and the zygomorphic. If the flowers cut in any direction, if you get the equal half, then it is called actinomorphic. Or if the irregular, that's by only one direction, if you get the equal two halves, then it is called zygomorphic flower. The connectivity, that carpels will be connecting with the flower, that's a stalk, and there are different types of connectivity. Adnation will be there, that's the adnation is nothing but the fusion of plural part from the different orals. Okay, ovary superior or the inferior ovary will be there, or semi inferior, semi inferior ovary, that is nothing in between there. The usually the ovary having the higher position, then the other orals are arranged from the or originated from the base of the ovary, then it is called the ovary superior. Or if the ovary is below and above the ovary other floral organs will be arranging, then it is called as a inferior ovary. So like that there are different types of the ovary, superior, inferior, and the semi inferior ovary will be there. So usually the flowers when it matures or it's a fertilization takes place, after that zygote will be formed, that will lead to the formation of the fruit formation. That's a matured, ripened ovary itself is called as a fruit. So in the today's class we are discuss the floral and the floral organs. That is a floral consists of the mainly 4 orals, that is essential 2 and non-essential 2. Non-essential orals are the calyx and the corolla, outermost oral, that's calyx is usually green in color, corolla is a petaloid and it is a colored in nature. And the essential orals, that's the androecium and the gynoecium. Androecium consists of the stamens, and each stamens have the anther, and each anther will produce the pollen grains. The gynoecium, that's a style will be there, and it is a usually the gynoecium consists of the central portion, that's the ovary, and in each ovary they produce the ovule or the egg will be producing. So that is a female reproductive structure. Okay, the when both the egg and the sperm will be fuses to form the zygote will be formed, that is a fertilized ovary, usually the seeds will be formed. Okay, so this is about the morphology of the floral morphology of the plant. In the next class we will discuss the another one structure, that's a fruit. We will discuss in the next class. I hope you get the information. So if you have doubts, so you can be clarified with that.